What's up, Docs Daily? Welcome into another episode of Docs Daily. It is Tuesday, January 27th. We are live full effect here with Griffin Murphy and Tony George, as always, on Tuesdays. Something about some Nebraska team is playing today. I don't know. I heard they got a Michigan. I think they play Michigan. I don't know.
Only 11.5-point underdog today. That's all.
Yeah, good. Yeah, right. That's all. Good. It's good. That's more for me. Good.
I'm rooting for you. Okay, we're gonna just beat this shit out of Rutgers.
You know,
I'm like Will Ferrell right now in Wedding Crashers. Good. More for me and you. More for me and you.
Most epic movie ever.
Yeah, great movie. I love those kind of movies. Welcome into Docs Daily, though. These two knuckleheads are here every Tuesday. We're here Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern, Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget, you get a free $60 account, brand new to Docs. If you haven't checked this out, check us out. Here's a great way to try us out. There's a link in the description of the video. Click it. You can use that $60 on any handicapper you want at the website. You can split it up between these two guys, Tony George and Griffin Murphy. Check them out. Use it on day pass, week pass, season pass. You do you, Pikachu. Also, don't forget about the membership, YouTube member. You can become a premium member for as little as $4.99. I give you winners sometimes, not yesterday, but sometimes I do. And, you get your own members only jacket. That's how that works. It's $4.99 a month. Docs Daly's here. We got a lot of college basketball on some big games today. Some NBA games and a decent NHL slate that I really like. But everybody's trying to dig their way out of an ice storm down your guys' way. What is it? You said before we went live, it was like 4 degrees out there.
4 degrees in Kansas City. It was nasty all weekend. 19-degree below wind chill Saturday and Sunday. Didn't leave the friggin' house. You know, you got to drag the dog out by the collar just to make him piss in the snow. Plus we got 5 inches of snow, which is no good, but
Well, we're sitting at 15 degrees over
good
here,
weekend
Tony.
to watch sports. I mean, that's all I did. TV never went out. You know, I got direct TV. The storm never knocked out the TV.
Okay.
You know, but speaking of TV, you know what? I'm all for advances in technology and progress, even though I'm old school, but I'm sick as shit of this streaming on Peacock for sporting events. You've got number 5 Nebraska playing at number 2 Michigan. You can only get it if you stream it on Peacock. I'm not giving them the frickin' money. Screw it.
He's going to the bar, baby.
Right.
They're not carrying it at the bar, dude. I already called them. The minute that bar opened at 11 o'clock this morning, I go, hey, this is Tony George. You know the guy that brings them in? Griff, you know the bar.
I do.
I walk in, and they come up with the iPad.
Give me the remote.
What game where? They don't give a shit if someone's watching it or not. Nope, Tony's there at his table. I call them and they go, we're not getting Peacock tonight. I'm pissed.
It's ridiculous, Tony. The one day we had to go from Netflix to Amazon Prime back to Peacock to watch 3 different football games. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It is all
tell you
money.
what, I'm pretty sure my wife has every streaming service that we could possibly get. I shouldn't say that out loud because she'll probably find another one. But she has a problem. We know that. Okay, we're dealing with it as a family. Okay, she streams everything, but. My problem is, I'm a flipper. I want to go back and forth between games. I'll watch 4 NHL games on one screen, something like that, or baseball, especially in the summer. 4 baseball games, forget about it. But in a game and today where I want to watch Michigan State Rutgers, I also want to watch Michigan Nebraska. I can't. I don't want to be the guy that has the laptop and the TV and this. I got shit to do. I'm mobile. I got to go back and forth to the garage. I need to be I just want to be able to flip between games, And
this is when it sucks. I know you and I lived approximately in the same area out there in Vegas.
Yeah.
But when there wasn't something on TV, I was 2 minutes away, literally 2 minutes away from Santa Fe Station Sportsbook, which is the station's casino.
Yep.
It's just like
I swear to God.
They had everything on and $4 drinks and Stallone's Pizza. I was happy.
Oh, Yeah, that's all. Yeah, they got a nice little sandwich spot in there too.
Yeah.
I like too.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a locals casino. You know, there's $1.99 specials everywhere. And I was at funny story. Craig Trapp went live for a football game with my wedding anniversary in October. And he goes, "Are you gonna be able to come on this live?" And I said, "Well, it's my wedding anniversary." He goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "This is a restaurant. We went to the place right next to the sports book. I can't think of nice place. I can't think of the damn name of it though. Right next to the country. We went there.
He's still room?
Huh? Yes. Where we went.
Yeah,
Tony, I've been there with you.
Yeah.
Tony.
The night, like about a year ago, Super Bowl-ish time, we were there, me and Tony, with my wife and everybody. And but yeah, so we went there for our anniversary, and then he calls me, so I walked out with my phone in this sports book. He's like, "You're at a sports book?" I go, "Every place you go here is in a sports book." I mean, I can't go to the movies. There's very rare. There's movie theaters not in a casino, you know, or a bowling alley. Try and find a bowling alley in Las Vegas that's not in a casino.
Yeah, they got a great one there at Santa Fe.
Santa
Fe station is nice. Hidden gem. You get rooms for less than $100. Are nice.
I would say this.
We're not going to get into bowling right now, Tony.
They got the Oyster House. Yeah, last time I bowled with Griffin, he had a 47 in the sixth inning.
So I didn't know I was going up against
freaking
that guy, Tony. Who was the real Dick? What's his name?
The guy.
The guy. Tony was bowling 150s. All right, dude. Every single roll is a strike. So I didn't want to hear it. All right. It was my first time in 15 damn years.
Oh,
Give me a break.
Like riding a bike. Even my fat ass with two knee replacements could do better than 47.
I didn't bowl no 47. I bowled a 103.
I've got a picture of the scorecard on my phone, dude.
I have one game. Game.
Don't F with me because I got back up. I always got back up.
He did.
When somebody screws up around me, I get evidence and I use it later.
Damn.
You know, when they're talking smack, I go, "Oh, wait a minute there, cowboy. Let's slow down a second. Here, what about this?"
You're unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No, I say shit like that on it. I live for stuff like that. I live for it. At your lowest moment, I'm going to be there.
Welcome to Tuesdays, folks.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Tony George, always there. I'll always be there.
What'd you guys think about the opening lines in the Super Bowl? Now, I went 2-0 on Sunday. I had Denver, and I had a 7-unit on Seattle. Third 7-unit play on a Sunday in a row. We banked for you. But hell of a game, the Seattle game.
Yeah.
I thought that was too many in that Patriots game just because their offense had been that sharp, and I thought Denver's defense would maybe carry them. I'm glad Denver's not going because Steedham is not a Super Bowl quarterback, but you know, I think that line's about right.
Yep.
I saw when it opened at 5. I seen it shift to what is it at 4.5 right now?
4.5.
I think 4 and 4 sounds like a solid number. 4.5. I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, when you look at a Super Bowl line, you're kind of used to watching the Chiefs. It's always like a 1.5, 1 type of scenario. So you see 5 pump out, and I was a little shocked at first, and then I adapted to it. I like the line. It's going to be definitely.
I hate to say it, I like the over.
Dude, I mean, I was just having this conversation, dude.
I'm a little worried about New England's offense against that defense.
Are you guys excited? Do you guys like this game? Seahawks, Patriots. I feel like if this playoff went over again, it would be
It would have been worse if it was
completely randomized again. I don't see these two as being the best 2 teams in the NFL. I just don't.
New England's. You could say whatever you want about them, but they played who was in front of them about their schedule. That's all I've heard about. Like I saw a meme the other day. It showed like every quarterback they played this season, and I'm like, hey man, I don't know what to tell you. That's how the cookie crumbles. Like they don't have no control over that.
Well, a lot of those games, I'll give them this. A lot of those games they played this year, yeah, they had a weak schedule. No one, because look at the conference that Seattle came out of. I mean, San Francisco, LA Rams,
real deal.
Arizona sucked moose dick, but other than that, I mean, you had to play those other 2 teams 4 times. I mean, and they're battle tested. But the one thing about what New England did was You put them in front of New England, and they were shitty teams. They beat the piss out of them. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. I mean, that it's not like they were winning 17-16 against Tennessee and a bunch of weak sisters. They were beating the hell out of people.
Right.
They've been a very physical team all year long. Defensively, they've gotten better. Offensively, they run the ball strongly. May is an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
The jury was out on him after last year, but he is a legitimate NFL quarterback.
Agreed.
And I think Sam Darnold proved that he was too this year, even last
week.
Other than pissing shit down his leg in the playoffs at Minnesota, he just got overwhelmed but I mean, this year,
I think that's a growing thing too. I mean, he's a year older now, a little bit more, established, a little bit more under his belt, more mature. Not that he had a maturity problem, but just experience. And Minnesota,
experience in the postseason. He never got a chance to be on an elite team when he played at New York or where's Carolina where he's at. That pit stop he had after New York.
Jets.
He was Jets drafted him. Well, he never was around a winning culture until last year. And then when you get in the postseason, reality hits you. It's like a narrative versus reality, kind of like politics. There's a narrative and then there's reality. Well, he had reality hit in the postseason. He took that experience and this year in that game this weekend and the game against, he didn't have to do anything against San Francisco. No. I mean, they just ran for 200 and some yards right down their throat. But I mean, this week, he went toe to toe with Matt Stafford.
That's come from behind.
Joke.
I mean, Matt Stafford's never going to stop.
Come from behind.
He's never going to stop. But Kenneth Walker, former Michigan State man. I mean, I'm going to tout my guy right now because he's the best running back come out of that school. And that they call him K9. I mean, he wears number 9, Kenneth Walker, but he's a dog. I mean, he is just he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He'll run you over. He will make you miss, and he's fast. So I mean, he's. I would have
looked good against the Rams.
Charbonnet in there too. Like that 1-2 punch is dangerous, but he has stepped up in these playoffs, carried that team when they wanted to, and they just ran it down San Francisco's throat. San Francisco couldn't stop that at all. I mean, he was chunk.
That is what Seattle can do best as well. And I love that 1-2 combo with Charbonnet because as soon as they get into the red zone, that's your guy. You feed him. He's another just a massive load, very hard guy to tackle. Love seeing him in the red zone as well. And Walker, man, last week, that was one. He was so elusive to Lenny, we talked about it on Saturday going into Sunday. We said Kenneth Walker, take his overs. This guy's going to go off. Yep. He had himself a hell of a day. Again, bouncy, shaky.
He's dangerous. He's
it's going to be a fun Super Bowl. Definitely. There's a lot of prop value. There's a lot of stuff that's value in this game.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. There's prop. Oh, my God.
Do we do our NFL card for football site and total on the NFL and then – because a lot of times we have to find out, let you know, but the NFL card in football would used to be able to include the props on the side and total. I think we're doing it separate this year. Last year, I had a 10-play prop card in the Super Bowl with 9-1 to hit a 7 unit.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about.
I had a good.
I gotta ask.
I had a 6 uni on. I had a 6 uni. You know me, I love field goal props. Lenny,
always.
Lenny, you did Prop Madness with me and Nick this year. Hope produced it. I mean, every week I had a field goal kicker on there. I was telling Griff about this last year.
Profitable.
I kept calling Griff up saying, "Look at the pile of bricks of hundreds I got betting." Remember, it was Brian Gay for the Colts in
every single game.
Every game they wouldn't raise the line. The guy was kicking 3 or 4 a game. They sucked in the Reds. I made like 20 large on him last year.
Dude, you showed me. You said they got the same line every week.
He finally started raising like 12. It went up to like 135, and then it got up to like 160, and it was over. But I had Nevis for a 6 unit on Sunday for the Rams. I kept thinking they're going to go up down between the 20s, and they're going to get in a couple of red zone spots where They're, that passing game, they're going to shut them down, put eight back and just stop them. And they did. That thing was over with 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Boom!
Yeah, dude, that's
in line at the window, man. Already.
First person I've ever talked to that finds pure value in field goal kickers.
Absolutely.
Who the hell's looking at kickers?
I'll tell you what, I didn't as much as, and then I started working with Tony, and I'm like, oh, okay, field goal.
It's there. It's
there.
You
know what? I'm like, I don't like touchdown props.
It's easy
field goal here.
The process of elimination is simple for you guys watching out there. Look at the best red zone defenses and know what they are. And then look at the worst red zone offenses. When those two collide and you got a kicker that's minus 120, even
all
minus
day.
130, just bet that, just sell the kids college funds and get down on it.
At grandma's farm, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Let's talk today's sports because we got plenty of time to talk football and stuff like that.
I got a college
here in the chat here about Utah, Chicago, and Seattle on a money line action here. I don't have a lot of hockey as of yet. I'm on the other way.
Utah is starting a goalie that in his last 10 starts dating back to October 26th has not won a game.
Yeah.
Stay off of Utah. FYI.
I'm on.
I'd look at the over.
I'm on Florida in regulation. Even money DraftKings, it's plus 100. And move on. That's exactly what I did in that game. And I
great call.
You could do the money line if you're just that guy, but why? The money line's like minus 150. In regulation is perfectly fine with me. I love the even money play. I love even money. Obviously,
I don't like that game.
Scenario.
A 3-game winning streak for the Panthers at home. Utah 8-1-1 in their last 10 games, coming off a loss. There's a lot of buying speculation on both sides. You can make an argument to take Florida at home, obviously, in that 3-game winning streak with momentum. Then you could look at Utah on their 8-1-1 revenge spot bounce back game. I'd probably like Florida on regulation too, as well in that one, Lenny. I wouldn't touch that total at 6.5.
Well, I'm gonna give you the reason why it pays to tune in to Doc's Daily. I'm gonna go ahead. That's my 4-unit premium play tonight.
What? Hold on.
Exactly what Lenny posted. That's my play. Florida,
hold on.
60-minute line.
Wait a minute. First of all, that's a great picture of me. That's a great picture of me, by the way. I was a little thinner then, but it's back in the day. It's
Daily.
AI. That's me. Breaking news. Tony Unit's 4-unit play of the day is the Florida Panthers in regulation. Even
that's right.
If you don't hit the like button, you won't win another bet for as long as January continues. How about that?
I hope you're all
by the way, all you guys watching here, I got a new Twitter account because my other one got hacked. Yes. I could not recover it. It used to be at T George Sports. Now it's at T George Capper. And I told you on my free play videos over the weekend that if you went and followed me, you would get free plays. I would give you halftime bets and some free plays over the weekend. 3-0. Nice. On my Twitter free plays this weekend. Follow me at T George Capper.
Putting it up right here, right now.
Yeah.
George.
Get on that. I had 11,000 followers, and now I'm down to 132 starting from scratch.
That's a living nightmare.
I was talking to
feel your frustration through email when you send out your email about that, and I was like,
well, they also hacked my email. It's when I traveled to Houston and was using the hotel internet, the security's weaker.
Wow.
And that's when it happened. But I also was talking to Matt Humans, host of VSiN Primetime there, and he had told me that there was a bunch of big gambling accounts that all got hacked by the same guy touting, selling Rolexes for $300 on posts and crypto. He made $100,000 on a crypto move and one of these asshole hacks. It's brutal.
That's a bad one.
I clicked the bad link.
That just sucks.
I clicked the bad link thinking I was helping somebody out. Would you vote for me for this podcast? Blah, blah, blah. And the second I clicked it, I was doomed. And the guy was legit, but he'd already been hacked.
Oh.
Mad Russian was his name. He's a contest winner there at Circa, and oh man, just brutal.
There you go. Give Tony George a follow on Twitter there. T George Capper. Follow him over at Twitter. Help him out. That's just
speaking of overs, I like that Vegas Montreal over tonight, 6.5 in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vegas
-110 line in Montreal.
Last 3 road games, they're on their 4th road game. They give up their games 8, 9, and 7 goals. Their last 3 road games here. They're on their 4th. Montreal 4-1 to the over the last 5. Vegas, their last 5 games, giving up 3.6 goals. Montreal almost 4 at 3.8. I think that's going to be an over game tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at this game over here. I have a 7. I'm actually pretty hot right now in the NHL. I'm doing solid. I'm 11-7 in my last 18 for about $1,300 in profit. I got a 7 unit tonight that goes off at 7 Eastern time. But on the other side, goes off at the same time. I was looking at this game. It's the Nashville Predators and the Bruins. So for both of these teams coming off losses, and Bruins obviously have home ice advantage in this one, they're actually on back-to-back situations here tonight. And I love taking teams on back-to-backs, especially off a loss. They lost in OT as well. So people are going to look at this game and expect heavy fatigue for this team. Whilst you've got a Nashville Predators team that's just 5-5 in their last 10 games. So there's really nothing to overlook. You got a pretty fair line here, and that's due to the fact that Boston is on back-to-backs. I like them here in this spot at home. So I take them on the money line in this one as a free selection. I like Boston.
Yeah, that's one of my plays today is Boston for basically the same reasons. I like to everybody will go, oh, back to back. Hey, it's not as uncommon as you think here in the NHL, especially, you got to consider where they're back to back. They're not flying across country. They were in New York. They were in New York going to Boston. That's a puddle jump. You know what I mean? Just back home. So yes, that game went to overtime. Yes, that game went long. But Nashville's 10-11-2 on the road. Boston's 19-8-1 at home. I like them at home. Yeah. All day -110 on the money line too. So I love that play. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Other Big Ten or not Big Ten basketball, but just top 20.
I got
Arkansas, Oklahoma. I like Arkansas. If you didn't, I like Arkansas tonight. This is the time of year.
You did a freaking video on it.
Yeah, I did a video on it. But the guys, I did a free play video the other day over the weekend on Kansas at Kansas State. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Coaches like Bill Self, John Calipari, your boy there at Michigan State, but like Self and Calipari especially because they don't have near the team that what Izzo has right now. But that being said, this is the time of year they start gearing up for March Madness.
100%.
Especially Bill Self. And Calipari now, he's got these guys kind of starting to gel. I was going to tell you that the best player on the floor, that if you haven't seen Darius Acuff play ball, he's one of the best players in the country. I mean, this kid's a stud. He's an NBA. He's an NBA guy. As Calipari always got one. I tell you, Oklahoma dropped 6 in a row. They're off they just got gutted at Missouri on the last play of the game over the weekend. I watched them both play over the weekend. I'm telling you, Arkansas laying 2.5 there. That's cheating them. They'll go into Norman. I know it's on the road. That's the rub in the game too. They only 1-3 in true road games, but this time of year they start gearing up their team, getting them ready for madness. I'm telling you, they'll go in there to Oklahoma, beat them by 5 to 8 tonight.
I got another game that I've been keyed up on, and it's a smaller conference game. George Washington and St. Louis. This St. Louis team is absolutely no joke.
Nuts.
And
They're good.
I've been battle tested against these guys twice
Yeah.
in a row now, losing both of those bets in college hoops. And I've watched this team two full halves, both sides I've probably watched 6 or 7 of their games. This team is so fast. They crash the board so well. They're very well coached from the field, from the perimeter. They do everything well as a team.
Yep.
Their most recent matchup, they played St. Bonaventure, and this team flies under the radar every single season. Another small conference school team that is always very good. A lot of betting value with that team. And St. Louis just ripped them apart in a 97-62 final, which is a massive win. This team's won 13 games in a row, so you are riding the trend and you are jumping in the midst of a bull run. But at the same time, George Washington is also another small conference school team that flies under the radar, and they are also very competitive. They just beat the hell out of Richmond in their most recent matchup by like 30 points. So that's going to add buying pressure to George Washington in this situation. Whilst a lot of people are going to look at this line, it's nearly double digits at 9.5, which causes scarcity, which I like scarcity in situations like this. Give me St. Louis here, and I'd lay the 9.5 points at home. This team's just too good right now, and I'd keep riding them until they lose one against the spread.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, and I'll
team.
tell you another team to watch out in that conference. George Mason. George Mason in the A-10 is no joke either. They're 18-2. They're another good team. You know, we've won a lot of games out of the A-10. The one time I bet St. Louis last week, they were laying 9 on the road somewhere. They won by 7. I didn't make it. I didn't get home with them, but
they torched me twice in a row.
They don't have a lot of they're a poor man's Arizona. They don't have a weakness.
Fair.
I like
they
that.
They don't have a weakness. They're good at everything. Boards, turnovers, playing defense, and get out on the perimeter, get in your face. They don't let you shoot wide open threes. They crash the boards like a mofo. I mean, they have depth. They're well coached. I mean, they just don't have a lot of weaknesses. Now, obviously, they haven't been up against, the Michigans and the Dukes and but they're honing their craft. They're not going to be an easy out in the tournament when they get there. I'll tell you that.
It'll be like another McNeese State.
Yeah.
McNeese State last year, just team
FAU type team a couple years ago, same thing. Yeah. You got to watch out for them. I won with Arizona last night. 15-point lead with like 4 minutes left. Went right down to the wire. They got to let BYU back. They took their foot off their throat, which
I like BYU. It didn't work.
Wasn't that like an 18.5? Did you lay like 18.5 last night on that, or what was the point spread?
No, it's a money line, minus 120.
Yeah, it was like
I thought BYU
played 1.5, minus 120. I thought it could get a little bit. Is at BYU. That Sanders the Saunders kid is no freaking joke for them. But Arizona, if you watch them play, they just don't have any weaknesses.
Fundamentally sound.
They're better than Michigan.
Yeah.
We'll find out how good Michigan
Lenny
is.
goes, yeah. Not State, but Michigan, sure.
I agree. Talk to me about Miami, Ohio. They're up on deck here playing tonight against Massachusetts Minutemen.
I'll tell you what.
21-0?
Massachusetts is no lay down. I'll tell you that right now. They are another very small conference school team that flies right under the radar. They cover spreads a lot, and they are very competitive. Tony, I want to hear your take on Miami, Ohio, because we've been talking about it every Saturday with our boys.
They got one more win than my Huskers. Nebraska 20-0. They're right there with them. I've taken them twice this year, and they've covered, and everybody sets them up to fail. The problem is now when you get to these schools, and Michigan's a prime example tonight, you see the line 11.5 against an unbeaten team. Well, the problem is there's a reason why Michigan's lost 6 games in a row against the spread, because they just keep bumping up the number on them, where there's no value to bet them. And sooner or later, they can't cover that number. This game tonight, Nebraska matches up well. I've got a play in this game on my premium card tonight.
Okay.
I've got a game that goes off at 2 this afternoon, but it's a first half line play, and there's an angle in that game. But, you're getting to the point now where you're losing value to bet Miami of Ohio because they just keep sticking bigger number on them every game. And sooner or later, it doesn't make any sense. You got to start fading them.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
I'd be on Massachusetts personally.
Really, it's them and everybody else in the MAC. I mean, there's nobody there.
It's night and day difference. Yeah, for sure.
It's even in the A10, you got Mason and you got St. Louis, and then the rest of them is parity field. You don't know, who's going to beat who in the middle of the pack in the A10 on a night-to-night basis. Same thing in the MAC. You don't know who's going to beat who. Right. Maybe you catch Toledo at home, catching a number, they might cover it, that sort of thing. There's different angles you use in those small conferences, but these unbeaten teams, now they're going to start putting astronomical numbers on them until somebody beats them, and then they'll come back down to the median, and you can bet them again.
That's kind of where me and Lenny have been with that conversation with Miami, Ohio.
Sooner or later, I'm not trying to catch the falling knife.
Right. Sooner or later, these lines are going to come crashing on them. They can't just continue doing this shit.
There's some big numbers in the NBA tonight, too. There's 14s out there and laying a lot of points with some big games here. I don't like my Pistons favored on the road. I don't give a shit. I don't care who shows up for the Nuggets, who's in, who's out.
I got Denver plus 7 written down. Ironically, they have played extremely well without Jokic, and they're going to get Murray back tonight. They won a game without Murray and Jokic the other night.
Yeah,
on the road. I'm like, what?
I don't understand it. At 7 and 6.5, 7.
Braun's out. Gordon's out. I mean, they're hovering around 500 with all those guys gone. But that's hard. That's a lot of star power.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know. It looks too easy to take Detroit. I'd take Denver plus 7 there.
I think it looks too easy to take Denver. I mean, who in their right mind thinks Denver at home is not? You're going to let the Pistons come into your house and beat them by 7? Might as well be 10. I'm just
Detroit's got that 33-11 mark in front of their record, which that scares the shit out of a lot of people.
14-6 on the road
doesn't scare me.
No, I'm not. I'm
on Denver. In case you guys haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I know.
With you, Tony, I kind of like Denver in this spot. I think 8-2 in their last 10 games. Everything's kind of looking up for Detroit right now. Never going easy to Denver. You got to deal with the altitude. Them 12-8 at home, which isn't very impressive. Getting a number, I like it. But I got a game that I like a little bit better, and it's going back to another back-to-back spot. Portland played the Celtics last night, and they lost a competitive game, and they pushed on the spread. I had Boston last night. I laid the 8 points, landed on a 102-94 final. So Portland right now on back-to-back spots, and then Washington, they played it was a 12 o'clock game, I want to say, on Friday or Saturday was their most recent game. So they have rest advantage, and they're home in this one. They covered the spread. They played a really good game against the Hornets, and the Hornets are starting to show out to be a lot better than people think. So in this spot right here, Portland laying a big number at 6.5 on the road. Don't necessarily love laying huge numbers on the road, but in a spot like this, back-to-backs, everything kind of seems to angle to take Washington here. So I'd lay it with Portland here on a public fade. I like the Trailblazers on back-to-backs.
I like Portland at home. I don't like them on the road. That's my thing with Portland. I mean,
I'm with Utah at home.
Both those teams are home teams. I mean, that th're usually getting
Utah screwed me the other night.
Utah was getting 12 the other day and won outright. If you can catch them, especially at Utah or Denver on back-to-backs, and the visitor, and either Denver's laying Denver or Utah's laying a short number, or Utah's getting a big number, and you're catching a team visiting on a back-to-back, playing in the altitude that night. I've been using that angle forever.
Yeah.
I lean Jazz tonight, actually, speaking of the Jazz against the Clippers, but Clippers are playing really good basketball.
Oh man, they're playing good.
Yeah.
Really good. But like, I mean, if they were just like a little bit closer to like a little not so good at basketball, I'd be taking the points with the Jazz, I should say. But I don't want to get down with it. I don't know. The NBA is just, if I'm not really feel comfortable with something, I just stay away. I
passed
100%.
This is the third day in a row I passed.
Yeah,
I got one.
Justin
one
says under
tonight.
217 in that Denver Detroit game. What do you think, Griffin?
No, I have one premium tonight in the NBA. I have a 4-unit play that I actually do like a lot. It's in the later slate of games. It goes off at 9 tonight.
Okay.
I cherry picked. I talk about it all the time. I hated the board, side and total, both halves. I love the prop market. I'm just going in and cherry.
I got props too. Me too.
Yeah, I got a 4-unit prop. I had a 4-unit prop last night on Hachimura. His point total was 11.5. He had 23. I'm finding teams with injury issues that are having players fill in and get more minutes. And yet the odds makers are behind on bumping up their point total. I got one tonight. I got one tonight again. 4-unit play, singled out. It's not a 6-unit play. It's not a 7-unit play. So everybody's penis stays flaccid on it. Pop a little boner on those. They're the best bet on the board.
Tony George, better than Viagra, folks. I'm
like
just saying.
164, I think, for like $9,000 on 4-unit plays alone. Just 4 units. Love like $9,000.
When I did a video on this in the betting 101 section. Look at 3 and 4. It's on my profile page at Docs.
Yep.
Just because it's not a 6 or 7-unit play means it doesn't have any value. You got a guy who's been doing this 34 years. I've been preaching this to Griffin since I met him. Literally. Just single out a best bet and bet the thing. Build it up slowly. Then when you hit them with a 7-unit play, they're playing on the house's money.
Yep.
So the downside is less severe. But 90% of my plays are 3 and 4-unit picks.
Right.
There's a reason. They're still the best bet on the board. I'm just not having you shove all your chips in every day. Come on. Let's party.
Let's party.
Let's party. The real Joe Beep says this time of year NBA is like August in baseball season. Notice totals seem to be going under a little bit more, and they have been recently.
They have been.
That's fair. I like that. I like that angle a little bit. I mean, it's a little starting to get down the stretch, so to speak. Zion, he also likes Zion over 20.5 points tonight for
I don't know what you're going to get with him from day to day.
Yeah, I don't trust
that. And that's against the Thunder, who play defense.
Who actually play defense, yeah. One of the 5 teams in the NBA that do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be messing around. I don't like that game at all.
You think Chet Holmgren will be up to play him on the post tonight? Against Zion? I don't know. There's
I don't
skinny mini Chet Holmgren up against a freaking brick wall in Zion.
Yeah, but Chet's so freaking elusive.
That's like Griffin trying to. That's like Griffin trying to drive the lane on me. Good luck.
No blood,
I'll be dunking on your ass.
By the way, Doc Sports rules: no blood, no foul, man. I don't want to hear it. No, I mean that's how we play the game. And there's no participation trophies in this game. Let me tell you. Tell them what you got going on at the website, Tony George. Let's get out of here before we run. We're already over time.
Well, I gave you my 4-unit play.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what to tell you, folks.
I got a 4-unit NBA prop.
Yeah, Craig.
Go get it. You're going to win. You will be over this total by halftime. I just didn't make it a top pick. Plus $1,200 the last 2 days. Got a 2-pack in college basketball. Last 3 cards of college basketball. Plus $1,850. What are you waiting for? Come on.
Use that free 60. Use that free 60. Griffin, what do you got going on?
I got 2 player props tonight. I have a 4-unit and a 3-unit, both in the NBA. I'm 6-3 in my last 9 for about $1,200 in profit. And then I have a strong 7-unit position in the NHL. I'm 11-7 in my last 18 for about $1,300 in profit. That play goes off at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and the link below. But other than that, we're locked and loaded, ready to go. Very small volume across all sports right now, other than hockey. We're railing right now.
I like it. Let's get after it. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. Tony George is over there. Griffin Murphy's over there. I'm Detroit Lenny. He wants Nebraska to win. I'm not opposed to it. I ain't going to lie. Good luck unless you're against us. Go green, go white all day, all fucking night.